Started with big over-ear headphones, and now hearing everyone rave about IEMs? In-ear monitors are tiny headphones that seal inside your ear canal and, in some cases, can replace a bulky headset for music, work, and even gaming. In this video, I'll break down, in simple language, what IEMs really are, how they stack up against regular headphones, and when each one makes more sense so you're not stuck guessing between them. And yes, links are all in the description, as always. Let's start 1. Kiwi Ears Cadenza / Cadenza II. Best Budget Set and Forget IEM. Kiwi Ears Cadenza and the newer Cadenza II is exactly the kind of budget IEM headphone you recommend to people who just want something that sounds right, without endless tweaking. It leans warm balanced with smooth treble, good detail for the price, and a tuning that works for everything from YouTube and gaming to long music sessions. If you're coming from cheap earbuds or a basic gaming headset, the jump in clarity and separation feels bigger than the price tag suggests. It's not a bass cannon and not a super bright audiophile scalpel either, just a very safe, easy-listening IEM headphone that fits perfectly in the best budget IEMs under $100 group. 2. SimGot EW200. Clean, detailed budget IEM for gamers and music. SimGot EW200 shows up in a lot of 20, 25 to 26 lists because it pushes technical performance very hard for the price. The tuning is more neutral bright than Cadenza, with tight, fast bass, crisp mids, and treble that brings out detail and separation without turning every track into a treble spike fest. This makes EW200 a great pick if you want a budget IEM headphone that feels a bit more analytical. You hear footstep detail in games clearly, but it still holds up for music and daily listening. It's leaner and more energetic than some warm and safe options, so it fits listeners who like a cleaner sound rather than big, soft bass. 3. Truth Here X-Critical Zero. Red. Tuned collab that punches above its price. Truth Here X-Critical Zero. Red is one of those collab IEMs that gets recommended over and over in Best IEM under 500 and gaming threads. If you're looking for one IEM headphone that's good for bass-heavy music, YouTube, and competitive games, the Zero Red strikes a great balance of being fun but uncluttered, detailed but unfatiguing. Plus, it gets better with better sources, so you can start with a dongle and upgrade to a nicer DAC/amp without feeling like you need to get rid of it. 4. Etymotic ER2XR, Isolation King, and FPS Cheat Code. Etymotic ER2XR is not flashy, but in real-world use, it's one of the most effective IEM headphones for gaming and focused listening. The deep fit provides you with some serious passive isolation, and the tuning is fairly neutral but with some added low end, so you can tell where you are, but the low end doesn't get lost in the mush. The fact that it's so good at blocking out noise means you can run it at lower volumes, which is a huge plus for long gaming sessions. The ER2XR does well in noisy homes, noisy rooms, and even for some travel, but it's also a very respectable reference-leaning IEM for listening to your favorite tunes when you're not trying to climb the ranked leaderboards. 5. Sennheiser IE600. Compact audiophile IEM that also games well. Sennheiser IE600 is a great example of a high-quality in-ear monitor that doesn't feel like a diva. It's a compact single-dynamic IEM with a detailed, slightly energetic tuning, plenty of resolution, tight bass, and treble that brings out air and texture without going full razor blade for most listeners. That combination makes the IE600 versatile. You can treat it as your main audiophile IEM headphone for music, then plug it into a controller or dongle for gaming when you want more immersion than typical gaming IEMs provide. 6. Sennheiser IE900, Endgame IEM for detail and dynamics. Sennheiser Power IE900 is the logical, no more upgrades for a while pick if you're building a best audiophile IEM list. It takes the clarity and resolution up a notch from the IE600, with a highly resolving presentation, excellent dynamics, and bass that hits with authority but stays controlled. This is the kind of IEM headphone that makes well-recorded tracks feel more alive and exposes weak recordings fast, so it suits listeners who care about source quality and already have a decent DAC/amp. You can still game with it. Imaging and detail are easily good enough, but most people will treat IE900 as their main hi-fi IEM for music first and everything else second. 7. Kiwi Ears Cadenza, gaming angle, cheap but effective for casual and ranked. If you want the best IEM headphone for gaming on a tight budget, Kiwi Ears Cadenza also makes sense from a competitive side. Its warm, balanced tuning and decent staging give you enough clarity for footsteps and environmental sounds without the piercing treble some bright IEMs bring. Pair it with a simple USB-C dongle on PC, console, or handheld, and you get a very capable gaming IEM that still sounds good for music and videos afterwards. It's a nice first step away from gaming headset-only setups, especially if you don't want to spend a lot until you know you like IEMs 8. SimGot EG280, or similar gaming-tuned IEM, built with gamers in mind. SimGot's newer EG series IEMs, like the EG280, are designed specifically as gaming IEM headphones that still hold up for music. They tend to emphasize clear mids and upper mids for footsteps and callouts, with enough bass to keep explosions satisfying and a tuning that stays controlled instead of turning into a V-shaped mess. This type of IEM fits nicely in your best IEM headphones for gaming. Block as the explicitly gamer-targeted option. It's ideal for people who play a lot of FPS and want something tuned with positional audio and clarity in mind, but still need it to sound decent when they close the game and open Spotify. By now you should have a clear picture of when IEMs win on isolation and portability, and when full-size headphones still beat them for comfort and soundstage. Check the links in the description to explore the IEMs and headphones I'd actually shortlist in 2026, and subscribe for more straight-to-the-point audio guides without the jargon.